How you guys doing? Welcome. So today, a little bit of story time, a little bit different. Do you guys ever mention or talk about something in a conversation and then you just can't stop talking about it or can't stop thinking about it, so you go down kind of a rabbit hole? Well, today's video is because of that very same thing. Me and my boss, hi Zach, we were talking about this certain subject weeks ago, and I just completely went down a rabbit hole. So I've been compiling my notes and my research and things like that, and I just thought that it would be a fun video to do for you all and to maybe make this a thing if people like it. So let's just get into it. Did you guys know that Carhartt is 100 years old? It started by making clothes for the very people that, you know, the workmen and some of the very people that pretty much made this country what it is, you know, railroad workers, things like that. And then it spans across all, you know, geographies and all kinds of people and classes and everything else. And now it's something that rappers wear, and it's become kind of like a streetwear icon. But that's only the tip of the iceberg. So I'll be right back and we'll get right into it. And we're back. So, did you guys know that, and then this is going to be such an interesting video for some of you. I know that I learned a lot, so, and this isn't normally something that I would talk about. And I know some of you guys are thinking, Kevin, you usually talk about, you know, luxury and things like that. And Carhartt is not luxury, but, nay. Carhartt is in that middle lane between streetwear and luxury, and I was so surprised myself. But since their very inception, they've very much been into quality and durability and comfort, as long as sustainability. That goes all the way back to, you know, just them making overalls from denim and duck canvas. I know what you guys are thinking, Kevin, let's just get to the story. So today's actual story starts in 1882 when Hamilton Carhart himself left school to become a furniture business like entrepreneur. And he kind of, you know, messed around with that until 1898, whenever he pretty much only started doing the clothing stuff. And I know what you're thinking, and that was, you know, all they wrote, that was history. It's pretty much, we know everything from there. That's, you know, the rest is history. But did you guys know that it failed at first? But that wasn't going to stop him. Like many designers that we know the stories of, he refused to give up. And whenever this happened, whenever he wasn't going anywhere, he would simply go out and ask the railroad workers in the area if they needed someone to have garments made for them. So that's pretty much where, you know, it really started to take off for him. So yeah, he believed that, you know, these workers that were working on the railroad and all this other stuff, they should be in well-made, tailored clothes that were functional and stuff that they weren't gonna just go through in a matter of days, you know, like linens and, you know, other things like that. And the very fascinating part about all this, it is by 1925, Hamilton had plants in Liverpool, Vancouver, Paris, you guys, Paris, and New York. So by then, he had started a juniors line that, you know, obviously tailored to, you know, younger guys who were able to get like jackets and shirts and jeans and stuff. But of course, every time a design house or somebody's doing really, really well, remember, this is 1925 and the good old Great Depression is around the corner. But because at this point he had made such a reputation for making such well-made garments and stuff that was, again, sustainable, and because people trusted his work, he kind of, you know, solidified his place in history at the moment. And a lot of these other brands and a lot of these other places that were coming up, kind of doing the same thing that he did, they failed. They fell by the wayside whenever, you know, the Great Depression hit. Well, guys, he made it. He made it through the Great Depression. Things are going well. And this fast, groovy time of the 70s came along. Fast pace. People were making and wearing jeans. This is crazy. Crazy trend that happened in fashion. But Carhartt started making jeans. It wasn't just the workwear, overalls, and bibs that factory workers and, you know, people, men in the workforce were wearing at this time. So it became a staple in the 70s and continued into the 80s whenever Carhartt made a, well, they kind of landed their own kind of space hub factory in South Carolina. So that's pretty much what happened into the 80s whenever so yeah, the 80s were really, really good. The brand was starting to move out a little bit, broaden its horizons. This is whenever we start going internationally, getting those international waters. By 1987, Carhartt was popping up in Japanese lifestyle, like hubs and areas, which is completely crazy. And the 90s, that's whenever Carhartt became completely global. Like I said, the Japanese market, they were in fashion shows in like New York, 1991 specifically, and then of course we go 1993, we start getting into the grunge era and things like that. It's because of like sprayers and these workman streetwear type really like kind of sunk their teeth into what Carhartt was doing. And that's when we get into the mid-late 90s. That's whenever we start seeing that rappers from all over the place, New York City, things like that, start adapting and adopting this kind of style trend. And as we know, it has very much paid off since. By 1994, Carhartt was full-on global. It was popping up on and in Vogue magazine. Vogue, guys. Harper's Bazaar, iconic, and had pretty much made itself, you know, a European staple. It had moved lakes, oceans, boundaries, worlds apart, pretty much, just inserting this brand into the mainstream, into every cultural, geographical place that you can think of. But so bringing us up to speed, bringing us kind of to the end of this video, pretty much at this point, Carhartt has not only continued to stay true and to keep honoring its heritage, where it came from, but it's also been digging its roots into every community, doing collabs with, you know, BMX enthusiasts, celebrities here and there, just continuing to grow and continuing to inspire and just put itself out there. And then that brings us to, like, you know, up to speed to now, and they just they maintain that that brings us up to now, and they just maintain the perfect balance between workwear and streetwear. So yeah, I know that I learned a lot by doing the research. I didn't know a lot of this stuff, so I thought it was just, you know, influencers trying to look cool. But yeah, sorry if this was choppy or kind of all over the place. It was, to me, it was a lot of information, so I tried to just have notes posted everywhere while trying to memorize stuff. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. If you want me to do more stuff like this, that's kind of outside of the realm of things I used to talk about on my channel, let me know. If you hated it, let me know. It doesn't really matter. Thank you guys for being here. Keep hate watching, of course. And yeah, if you've made it to this point, thank you so much. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Peace.